and we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focused Up family. Welcome to the February 3, 2024 installment of the Focused Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focused Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word saint spelled backwards. And with me, as regularly, my lovely co-host, the First Lady J. We got Brother Walk out there in the streets. We got Brother Charles X, our Minister of Information, and we got the man, Mr. Floyd X, the boss. So let me start it off with you. And first of all, this is the beginning of Black History Month, so let's set that off straight. But what's going on with you, First Lady J?
Oh, nothing. Just blessed to be here, see another day, and I just want to say that I am Black History.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh,
What's going on? What's going on with you, Brother Charles X?
Everything's going well. I like to say Black history is 365 days a year over here. You know what I mean? So, we're excited about the show as always.
That's right. And I see you got on that Lakers fit. Shout out to the Lakes for having that big win against the Celtics in Boston without LeBron and AD.
Hell yeah.
They put in
Shout
that
out
work.
to the Lakers.
So
real quick, sometimes you need to get the stars out the way so the young people could do their thing, because sometimes they'll just put the load on the stars. You know what I'm saying? You set them aside, let them young people do their thing.
Let them cook.
So shout out. Yep. And to me, I'm representing my Green Bay, since El Pooh not here. Yeah, I have no opposition as far as the 49ers go, but shout out to the 49ers. We know I hope they win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put it out there. I hope they win everything.
Yeah.
I don't want my hopes to win this year.
El Pooh is right now having fun spending that $50 he won from Walk. So you funded his vacation. What's going on with you, Brother Walk?
That's something in my eye. Now, salute to El Pooh. He won that. Is what it is, for sure. Salute to the sorry ass 49ers.
You want to get on with the game? What's going on? What we got up next? Up first in the news, First Lady.
First in the news, we have Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers, who played Apollo Creed in Rocky movie, dies at 76. Carl Weathers, who went from doling out bone-crunching hits as a linebacker for the Oakland Raiders to delivering knockout punches on the big screen as Apollo Creed, the nemesis of Sylvester Stallone's lovable lug prize fighter in Rocky, helping to spark one of Hollywood's most successful franchises, died on Thursday at the age of 76, as stated. His family said in a statement that he died peacefully in his sleep. The statement did not give cause or say where he died. Rest in peace to Carl Weathers.
Yeah, this one hit kind of hard because you talk about Apollo Creed. He started off there, set it off for a lot of us exposure. But then you also got to talk about Action Jackson. And even the more current stuff when you talk about the Happy Gilmore, that was a funny thing, and he even brought that back in Nicky or whatever that is, Lil Nicky. But really, he was doing current work on The Mandalorian, so that's really gonna suck, But the greatest substitute is the fact that we lost that brother.
Right.
Yep. And shout out to Carl Weathers, man. He was a great inspiration to me as a young man. Rocky was one of my favorite movies. And to watch that brother go out there and do his thing, he was a hell of an actor to me. And like you say, Action Jackson, that was one of my favorite movies with him and Vanity. Oh, my God. I used to love Vanity. Oh, my God. Man, shout out to Carl Weathers, man. Rest in peace.
So what we got up next, First Lady?
And next in the news, I have Uncle Charlie. Mr. Charlie Wilson, aka Uncle Charlie, was the focus of a double celebration in Hollywood this week, also known as Grammy Week. The singer, songwriter, and former frontman of the Gap Band not only received the 2,770th star on Tinseltown's legendary Walk of Fame on January 29th, he also rang in his 71st birthday that same day. Also joining Wilson for the momentous occasion were fellow music stars Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Babyface, Snoop Dogg, Kanye West, Shantae Moore, and Tyler, the Creator.
Hey, salute to this brother. You know, he's been putting in work for over a nice span of success. You're talking about the things that he did originally with the Gap Band and then venturing out as far as the stuff that he did with Snoop, the stuff that he did with Kanye. I mean, you know, Uncle Charlie has stayed relevant, and it's a great testament to the fact that, you know, if you're putting in that work musically, you know, you're never too old. So, you know, salute to that brother, and salute to his accomplishments. And you know, let's talk about. We can continue talking about him before we flip on to the adjacent, you know, story tied to this. But anybody else got something to say about Brother Charlie?
I just wanted to say, I mean, I got great respect for Charlie Wilson, but the question that pops in my head is like, why the Gap Band didn't get a star on the Walk of Fame? You know, because that's the bigger picture. But I understand that he will continue on. I don't know where the other members of the Gap Band are, but I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm just gonna put that on the table. Shout out to the Gap Band, man.
Well, they also got to be sponsors, so that's that. You know, there was all this particular criteria, and I guess whoever nominated Uncle Charlie for that to get that star, that's what put that in motion. But you know, but salute to the legendary Gap Band.
Word.
Welcome back, brother Walk. But I don't know. One of the things that happened out of this whole situation is brother Kanye, who's going there to give Uncle Charlie some dap, because you know Kanye did some great things as far as helping him, you know, further his career in current times. But he had a little incident with this white TMZ chick, and I mean he like snatched the phone out of her hand and just started banging on her. I mean, he read her the riot act, and it's just like, you know, bruh, I understand that they're a nuisance and they get on your mind and get on your nerves and all of this stuff, but you know, there's a way to handle it, and kind of ignoring them might even be the best way. I heard some of his argument, and it sounded like he had a legitimate argument to make, but it, you know, it begs the question whether he would have done all that with, like, you know, let's say a man, you know, but
Yeah,
you know,
because
go ahead.
the question that she asked him was, I forget his wife's name. He asked her, does she have a free will? And that's what he got offended about. Her, damn, I thought I had the picture with her name on it. I forget his wife's name, but it's not Kim Kardashian. It's the next one. But he asked, the lady asked Kanye, does so and so have free will? And that's what got him set him off. How dare you come in and ask a man that kind of question about his wife? And so he snatched the phone from her and then tried to chastise her and criticize her. But then the police came. I don't know if it was a police or if it was a security guard, but they came and they was talking. She said, "I just want my phone back." And so the look of it, he should have been arrested, because that was theft to me. He should have been arrested if that was a police officer and assault. So he eventually gave her a phone back, and then he offered her a job, paying her twice whatever she making now.
Wow. Well, in that
Yeah.
case, that's a pretty good makeup. You got something to say about this Walk?
Another big black man taking advantage of a little white woman. He needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, just like Jonathan Majors and was it Emmett Smith, or what's the other guy? The other one that picked on these little white women. Prosecute his ass. Yeah. No. Seriously though, it was, but really, it was really Kanye West having his little God complex. The even way he was talking is like trying to belittle her and trying to like, oh, you're filming me. Yeah, you're a public figure. If I see Kanye, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, it's Kanye West. That's what you put yourself out there. You put your children out there, your wife, and all that stuff. So they gotta just accept what comes with it. That's really what it is.
Yeah, you got something to say about this, brother Charles X?
Not too much, brother. Just you know, it's just a shame that the brother, just exposes himself to so much legal liability. You know what I mean? And if he would make better, decisions and whatnot, he could definitely, again, just make things a little bit better, for him. But yeah, we'll see what happens. There'll be something next week, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Hey, real quick, I want to do my Kanye West impersonation. That's my Kanye West impersonation.
That dude is out there, man. But hey, he's still putting it in. He's not a billionaire anymore, but he's still a rich dude. So salute to the legendary musician that Kanye is.
He ain't no legendary musician.
I
dare you say that?
I thought you was gonna give a salute to Charlie Wilson, man. Come on.
Hey, that's how I started off. I did start it off. We talked about the legendary Charlie Wilson, Aaron Hall before Aaron Hall.
Oh wow! Why you say that?
No, I'm just saying that. No, Aaron Hall sounds like he's very much patterned after Uncle Charlie. I mean, they got that same sort of voice of that. It was very special. It's dope.
Wait, watch this though. Watch this. Aaron Hall acknowledged that. Aaron Hall has given Charlie Wilson his props. He said he got it from him, and then Aaron Hall got mad at R. Kelly because you didn't give me my props because you got your shit from me. That's the original nasty man. So y'all know, don't talk about R. Kelly now. Don't talk about my R. Kelly. Watch it.
Yeah. So let's go on to the next in the news. What we got up next in the news? I'm thinking it's Benzino versus Eminem.
Oh man, yeah, Benzino, the second greatest rapper alive, has finally come out and addressed Eminem, and I think that he has won. Eminem, he started the beef. Let me get my pictures right. Eminem, he got a Doomsday Part 2 off the Lyrical Lemonade. He started by taking shots at Benzino, and surprise, Eminem, surprise, Mr. Benzino was ready for you. So Mr. Benzino came with the first Part 1. He came with Vulturious. If you look at the artistic work, let me express real quick. Vulturious, you see the picture, that's Soter. And that's the soteriology is the belief in a savior. Real quick. So that's why I understand the concept behind that picture. Vulturious. And then he said, F it, that's not enough. And he came with a second one called The Rap Elvis. And so for me, I think Benzino has won this. He gave Eminem 48 hours to respond. Eminem has not responded. So the winner is by a technical default is so shout out to Benzino. Congratulations on your win. Y'all got anything y'all want to speak on it?
I'm gonna tell you, I was absolutely shocked. I didn't even know he was a rapper. I knew that he was running the Source. I knew he was on Love and Hip Hop, and I mean, you're talking about Eminem, one of the greatest, MCs. You was thinking that he was just woefully outmatched. But I mean, you heard that song, you heard the track, you heard what he spit on it, you heard the actual facts that he was spitting. It was a crush. Benzino, salute. He did that.
Word.
Hey, Walk.
What you got to say about
it? Hey, yeah, because Walk was talking about, I was surprised he spit those lyrics. And Walk was like, man, he had a ghostwriter.
He did. Listen, before I even heard the song, the way you were talking about a nice guy, I'm like, he must have a ghostwriter. And what do you know? I put that in the text with the ghostwriter and all that. He said, I'll spit it though.
All right.
Listen, and you know how I knew? Because I would have did the same fucking thing. I'm getting, write me something. Hey,
yeah. Go ahead. Anybody else want to speak on it?
Well, in all fairness, it wasn't that they he said that he was in the studio writing and he had some people there that threw him some lines. So they didn't just write it for him, but they may have given him the most fire. So,
Come on now.
It may be 6 of one hand, half a dozen of the other.
Benzino, if you ever have time to waste, go through his catalog if you can get to if you can
Wow,
get
Mr. Nice Guy.
what happened?
Y'all cold. How you gonna give him a
He
horror?
said time to waste. That was a bar, man. He said, "You have time to waste."
2 songs. I
Wow.
doubt if you can get through 2 songs.
Wow. Okay. But hey, I wanted to address the the beef started because Eminem felt slighted when his album, when Benzino was head of the Source, that he didn't give Eminem 5 mics. And I think me and Jay Walk was having a back and forth whether that was true or not. But it is true because I went and did my research and I found that Benzino on the Matt Hoffa show, he admitted that he wasn't gonna give him the 5 mics. He was like, let me read this real quick. Benzino and Eminem had a prominent beef in the early 2000s. The Source Tater, and then 58 year. So when Eminem thing came to the Source point, getting disrespectful, he said, "How the f I'm going to give this in my M magazine?" And then he said, I can't find where he said, "Of course I'm not going to give him 5 mics," but he was he admitted to not or being what's that word when
Paid.
you're not biased or
Conflict of interest.
there you go, conflict of interest.
Yeah.
He didn't give Eminem his true props. That's the beef started. I think
And you watch this. That was real obvious too. Because listen, I remember I was on vacation when I started seeing Benzino, and then he got on the cover of the Source. And I'm like, Benzino is trash. How the F you get on the cover of the Source? Then you find out he's the freaking owner. And of course he's not going to come on, bro. And we did this, me and Floyd X, we had a nice conversation last night. It'll be like somebody got beef with Floyd X, and I'm gonna rate their stuff. Fuck yo trash. Ah, just you mess with my brother right there. Yeah.
Well, don't
Not
go
good.
too much. Don't go too deep in it because that's actually going to be what spinning that back is going to be next week. So we're going to talk about the Source and the history of the Source. So yeah,
Whoa.
reminding you that we're not going to have spin that back after the show today. This is the 1 week where we don't have El Poo, so we can't do spin that back. But what we are going to do is a Saturday exclusive of the Sunday school show with Brother Charles X.
Ooh,
So we're going to
nice.
be going at it, talking about some
Uh-oh.
things. So he's going to school me
Right.
on how great Trump is.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that's an accurate depiction, but we're going to discuss, Trump and is entitled Trump versus the world, and we have questions, that I think is definitely going to be very objective. So I'm looking forward to it.
He's a great man, but still, yeah.
Hey, this is a Democrat slogan. Vote for Biden. He's not Trump. That's all y'all got.
Wow.
It's silly. That's silly. I'm not voting this year.
Oh man, so Trump ain't even getting your vote? No, yeah, he went to mute. So okay, so in the news, I guess we're gonna talk about the situation, the strikes in response to the is it the Houthis that we had those three brothers, the 3 black people that died from this. So you're telling me that the 3 people that died from this are 3 black people, and I guess we don't have the picture to show those people, but I'm sure the Brother Charles X has some information, a very interesting take on the whole situation. Let me turn it over to Brother Charles X.
Yes, sir. Well, the first thing is yes, the 3 individuals who died were 3 of our people, who are from Georgia. The big question is around where did they actually die? Because where the U.S. media is reporting right now that they died is on the Jordanian side of the wall, if you will, or the border. But Jordan is saying that no, there was no strike here in our territory. So then when you look more into the situation, that there's an illegal base that has no congressional approving at all that sits there on the Syrian side of the border, and it's called It's called a base or Area 55. It's the Al Tanf base, and so that is where reportedly these strikes actually took place. And in addition to the 3 people that were killed, there was also many more, about 30 plus that were wounded in that situation. But so that's what started the reaction from the United States that took days, if you will, to even put together a mission. Before they even struck any targets. And now since then they struck 85 targets 5 days after the fact now. And right now, the only bad thing about the situation is nearly $1 trillion was spent on this, but there was no target that was of importance, in regards to the so-called Houthis, which is the Western name, given by Western media, in terms of who they are, because they kind of build the Houthis as, if you will, a militia or Iranian proxy, but they're really the indigenous Yemenis who rose to power after the U.S. invasion.
Excuse me, Brother Charles X. Real quick, I want to take a minute to acknowledge the soldiers who were killed, our brother and sisters who were killed during this attack. And according to the Department of Defense, it was Sergeant William Rivers, 46 of Carrollton, Georgia, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24 of Waycross, Georgia, and Specialist Brianna Moffitt, 23 of Savannah, Jordan. So salute to those soldiers who are out there on the front line fighting to defend America, and our condolences
To their families, absolutely.
to the family. Yes, sir.
And again, what we're saying that with Brother Charles X is, he's got a lot of information that's suggesting this side of the story. And as he points out, the American media side of the story presents it a little bit differently. So, all we're doing is presenting both sides of the story. I'm not telling you what's actually happened. Honestly, none of us know. We ain't there. But we're giving you the. Go ahead. With
Walt. The information that Brother Charles X presented, is seeming a little fishy. See, because a lot of times we just take what the media say as like gospel. This is what really happened. But now it's starting to seem like some kind of conspiracy is going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then why is it 3 black people that died? And y'all notice that a lot of black people are not involving themselves in the Palestinian Hamasians. Now, I know that's not a word, but it's with the Hamas and the Palestinians. I mean, with the Israel and with the Hamas. We're not involving ourselves in that. Maybe this is a way to get our hearts into it so we can get on board, even though this is a different country, but it's still like the Middle East. Like, maybe, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But wait, salute though to those soldiers, to the fallen soldiers. My son is currently in the Army right now. He's in Missouri. Salute to him. And but never know. But I know them families is like really torn up behind this. They child, them kids was like only 20 years old, 22 and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. And again, I will say this: the American media will get their information from them sourced. But on the flip side of that, we talk about conspiracies. And again, this is not a discrediting of what Brother Charles X is saying. That we know how the CIA will send out disinformation. You understand that the other side will send that out too. So you're always going to get these sort of conflicting narratives from both sides. So I mean, there's always interest in you're hearing the story that you're hearing. So and sometimes it's the simple thing is the information is what it is. But sure. I don't know if you want to add some more to this, or are we ready to move on?
Yeah, I would say the only thing I would add is that as black people, we're really going to have to start looking ourselves in the mirror right now and look at the type of guidance that we are given, our children in particular, on if they should continue to participate in the U.S. military's misadventures. Because right now there's a lot of bad decision making that has been going on, that many soldiers themselves are not happy about. And when you start following, what I do is I get into various chat rooms and follow actual real soldiers who are being deployed, and some of the commentary that they're offering in regards to what they're observing and what they're seeing. And what we're seeing for sure on this end of the spectrum is that the propaganda is so thick and so heavy coming from the U.S. media side that we're just not getting the truth. And when we say conspiracy theory, and we talk about so-called conspiracies, we know there's been plenty of conspiracy facts. I'll take you, no further than the Iran Contras that brought coke and cocaine to L.A. and put it in Rick Ross' hand. That was funding a war.
The real Rick Ross. The real Rick Ross.
Say again?
The real Rick Ross.
Yeah,
The real Rick Ross.
He's distinguishing
Yes,
as
sir.
as opposed to the correction facility, employee. But yeah.
But
right. So there's been plenty of misadventures and bad decisions that's happening. But the important thing to highlight here is that, again, the Houthis that are being reported, by the U.S. media, we're being told that they're a militia or Iranian proxies. They're not that. They're literally the indigenous Yemenis, who are the government of Yemen. So this is official government, and they've been being bombed, and being attacked, for a long time by Western interests, which at one point included Saudi Arabia. But Saudi Arabia recently, China brokered a peace deal between them and Iran. And so now with the fact that Iran and Saudi Arabia is also a member of BRICS, who is also there with China, Russia, and other nations. Now, they're really looking at, what type of participation that they'll continue to make in these various efforts. You see what I'm saying? So basically, for the most part, we're going at it alone. And then and from an American perspective, we're letting Israel dictate too much of our foreign policy and using our military and our infrastructure, our black children and white children, and men and women, to be a part of these actions that's really not in the best interest of the United States at all. And again, $1 million was spent on this, and the Houthis, if you will, who are really called Ansar Allah, they, since they've been dealing with this for so long, they had decoy targets that were presented to the Western coalitions because they knew that they would be too hard for them to even resist even attacking these targets. So after they spent this money, and struck these targets, literally no impact was made on them. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so in the meantime,
well, so let me say, okay, that's the narrative, and what this is supposing is that they can't assess that there's real, actually equivalent equipment and resources at these particular targets. So I mean, it's a bit of suspension of logic to assume that they're just completely. I mean, just these targets have no value to these people. Now they can be feeding fake information. This is very possible, and this is how you minimize your damage. But to imply that there's zero damage on there, boy, that would be an awful lot. Yeah, what's going on with you, Mr. Floyd X? But I'm sorry, Walker was about to say something. Didn't mean to cut you off, Brother Charles. Like, you don't want to go too much into this.
I just want to say, like what Mr. Charles X is saying, like it's truth to that, because with the soldiers, like the stuff that my son be telling me, like he can't wait to get out of there. He'll be out this year. He's getting out in May. And he's like, it's a lot of stuff he's seen personally. He's been to Syria. He's been to South Korea. He's been all over the place. And he's like, it's a lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes. And he'd be like, I'm not with this. So you on some with that, Charles? But yeah, let's get to these commercials, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say you don't have to look no further than Vietnam about people sending your children to fight in some war that they had no business fighting. But that's right. We're gonna. This is a preview for Sunday school that's coming up after 10:30. Go ahead, Mr. Floyd X.
I just want to say salute to my nephew out there doing his thing. Hope to see you soon, nephew, and good job. But also, I also wanted to say that everybody knows that the U.S. government is a liar, especially when it comes to war. So anything that Brother Charles X is putting on the table, you have to take that into account, that the U.S. government has been historically proven to be liars. They lie.
Yep, governments lie. Get on to these commercials.
After I give myself a horn for that. Let's go. Where we at the commercials? Call La Brea Trucking for all of your trucking needs. He travel across country. He'll deliver that stuff.
That's gobealive.org. Get you some of that black honey.
Been using that black honey. My hairline coming back. It's coming back. Coming back.
Hey, I'm gonna take it back for a second one time.
I'm from the city of Compton, where you want to get your plug. Light green and fluffy, sticky, smelly, and lovely. Got that powder too, you know what it do. Caribbean flavor, fits still in my...
Go check out Toppy Woppy, available on all platforms.
Saturday at 9 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X, wherever you can lay your eyes on, you get you that Focus Up fix.
Instagram.
That's right. Spin that back with El Poo Star.
The number one.
Sex Talk, the number one show on the Focused Up Network on Thursdays at 9 p.m.
Thursday, 9 p.m. Check me out. This week had a little technical difficulties Thursday. That's why I didn't do the show. Floyd X can vouch for that. That's why we on the boulevard.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
True that. All right.
All right, want
I
to
think
get
that's
into
it.
these.
That's it.
Let's get into these topics. First up topic is probably going to be the border crisis.
Border. Who's speaking on that face?
It's bananas. It's bananas. Democratic, Republican. They this is a political volleyball, but here's the gist of it. These immigrants that's coming over here, it's over 10,000 a day that's getting caught or seen, but it's over 10,000 a day that's coming across, trying to get across. Either way, they are directly affecting taking Black people resources directly. They're putting them in our neighborhoods and taking our resources.
They're taking our jobs.
Nobody ever said nothing like that. Nobody ever said that. I never said that. Black people don't even say that. But that's a talking point of the Democrats. That's a talking point of the
No,
Democrats.
that's the topic of the Republicans taking their jobs. But go ahead.
But I never said that. No, I never said they taking no jobs from us. But they're taking our resources. They're getting Social Security numbers. They're getting Social Security. They're getting food stamps. They're getting everything that, because there's a lot of homeless Black people on the streets right now. A lot of unemployed Black men, young Black men, a lot. So this is directly affecting us as Black people, and that's why they opening up the border. Come on in.
Yeah. I don't know if there's so much trying to open it up. I mean, even the Democrats is coming around to realizing that they're trying to close it. They're trying to do something about it. There's a bipartisan deal in the works that they're trying to get to, and I don't know if I want to talk too much about that. We can probably save that for Sunday school. But the bottom line is that everybody is in some agreement that something needs to be done about the border crisis. Me, I am a socialist, and I believe there's enough resources for everybody. So I'm not. It's you should be concerned about terrorists or whatever coming in or anybody that's a problem. If you see a person that's got these super gang criminal ties is bringing in stuff that's a big issue. But as far as regular human beings just trying to look for a better way of life. I'm never gonna fight that. You got
Wait,
something to
wait.
say about this? Go
You
ahead.
you don't know who these people are that's coming across. You
I
don't know what
know,
they did. You know they
I
could be
know,
child molesters in their country. They could
and
be
that's what,
robbers, murderers.
and
Wait,
that's why I
wait,
said the
hold on.
bad
Wait,
people are
listen,
the
bro.
bad
Bro,
people.
bro, wait, chill out. Chill. We go back and forth with this. What I'm saying is they don't know. They're not vetting these people. They don't know who the hell these people is. They could be the cartel. They could be anything like that. It needs to be stopped. And it can be stopped. It's not like it can't be stopped. That's why it's a political volleyball just to go back and forth. No, the Democrats are doing it. No, the Republicans are doing it. Nah, bro, these people, we have no clue who is coming across the damn border. Now, in different countries, they have, like, if you cross the border, you're going to get shot and killed. That's even in Guatemala to go into Mexico, they have, you will get hurt coming across that border. So this is just America keeping that shit open just to play that political bullshit game, bro. This is serious. This ain't like nobody being affected. A lot of people being affected by this. It might not be
Hey,
affecting you, nice guy.
hey, Tony Boy said they are taking jobs, skilled labor jobs.
They're taking our
Then he said
jobs.
those people say the same thing about DACA students. What's DACA?
I
Is
think it's
that the
DACA.
Dream
He
Act?
meant yeah, that's it. Yeah,
The
I think
Dream
he
Act?
spelled it wrong,
Okay.
but yeah.
Okay.
Thought we,
All right.
thought we blocked Tony Boy.
No, but again, what I was saying is that the bad people are the bad people, but the good people are the good people. But like you say, Walk, you need to do some diligence about who you let in. But they can absolutely shut it down. That's what Biden's saying. Look, you guys give me the power, I'll just close it, and won't nobody cross them other efforts. So I mean, you're right. You know better about crossing onto some Camp Pendleton, you get shot. So the bottom line is, you do that at the border, and that'll be what it be. But you got something to say about this, First Lady J?
Yes, I'm gonna have to piggyback a little bit off of what Walk says because they are taking from us. I pay taxes. There are a lot of things that I can't get, but then immigrants can come in here and get it and haven't done anything. It's a slap in my face, my children's face, family, you guys' faces. I feel like it's unfair to us, especially here in California. California is like a little bit too lenient on what they allow these immigrants to have. They will give them housing, they will give them everything. When those of us that have been here all of our lives, half the time can't get anything. It's denied, denied, denied. But they can come in here and just, here you go. No, I don't like it at all. It needs to shut down.
Facts, facts.
So,
Wait, real quick. Even checking in school, checking your kids into school. Like, for me to check my kids in school, I have to have shots, have to have their immunization records, have to have this and that. And then somebody else, they don't need nothing. Like that's really happened. Like, I was having a hard time with my son just getting them in school. Like, damn, checking them into a different school. So yeah.
They give them
so
emergency medical benefits, emergency food stamps. I'm sorry, Mister. They give them everything like immediately, and here we are, can't get a doggone thing. So I have an
and I
issue.
just want to say, it sounds like to me that at least First Lady and Mr. Walk would be in support of Ron DeSantis, who is deploying. He's deploying state, what they call them, the not the National Guard, but the State Guard. He's deploying the State Guard to help with the border in Texas. I don't know the legalities of it, but it raises legal questions as to is that legal or not. And if you look at the picture real closely, you can see that old Otis also agrees with DeSantis as far as deploying them to the border. Just take a good look at the picture and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So if you support if you support DeSantis sending troops to the border to help defend the border, and real quickly, I was when I was doing my research and looking at the video, it's hard to understand what's going on. You see these people, they just climbing up onto these big boxes. The barbed wire gate is go, and then there's a military car. I don't know if that's a U.S. Military or what, but they let them just walk right over and come into America. So it's hard for me to understand what exactly is going on. I pulled up a picture of the border, and this is the border from U.S. to Mexico. And I believe that that section, that blue section, is either unfinished or not secured part or something like that. But it's crazy that what's going on at the border.
Brother Charles
I'm
X,
sure.
you got some good information on this. You probably know about what was going on with the Texas Abbott and the Supreme Court and all that stuff. You got some information on this for us?
Yes, sir. When it comes to this border issue, if I can't say so myself, I'm absolutely highly educated on this issue. It's the number one issue for me. Is I believe is also without any doubt the number one reason why our people should not support Democrats and should consider voting for Trump this time around without any doubt. It was Trump who said, remember, without strong borders and honest elections, we don't have a country. And if you look at the hypocrisy when it comes to Democrats in regards to our border security, we are spending literally hundreds of billions of dollars to secure Ukraine's borders, to secure Israel borders, but nothing here, in the United States, where when Biden came in, this was one of the platforms that was being ran on in terms of for Republicans saying that, look, if you all vote Biden has a caravan of migrants who are on their way right now, who is anticipating, and hoping that Biden does get elected, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And so when it comes to the border deal right now that's going on and the debate taking place right now with the Democrats is they're saying that they could go ahead and secure this thing right now, but they need Republicans to sign on. But that is just simply not true, because when Trump was in power, he did not need that. He enacted executive orders. There was one executive order I can remember, which is 13767, which was signed on the 25th in 2017. And basically that dealt with the building of the walls of the southern border and then securing monies to go ahead and build that wall, but right now when it really comes down, to this this migration is that when you study this issue, and we're going to definitely be talking about this during our special Sunday school session here on Saturday later on, because it's such a major part of why you should support Trump or not support Trump, is that this is not just a migration that's taking place. This is literally an invasion. When you look at the various people who are coming along these routes, and I'm going to talk about in detail during the show, these various routes, these routes are being publicized all through social media, and there's different American NGOs and various transnational companies that are at these the foundation of where people are making entry, because they come in through Ecuador, because Ecuador doesn't require any visas at all, for people to come to the country, and then from there they make their way, to Panama, which there's a route that people take. There's various routes you could go ahead and begin this trek, come up north. But the major issue for me when it comes to the border, is yes, we're dealing with cartels, we're dealing with drugs, but the most important thing to me that should be, especially in Black History Month, a concern for Black people is the fact of human trafficking, which slavery is human trafficking. And when you look at this human trafficking, especially when it comes and deals with these children, my God, it is heartbreaking for those who actually go and study and look at what's happening. There's literally being babies who are coming across this border less than 1 year old, completely drugged up, not being cared for by their parents at all, that is making their way into, in America, and America and government, through these various companies are literally participating in human trafficking.
So let me
data on this that is not, it's all credible, it's all documented, so it can't even be debated. We're going to be talking about that later on, because this is the number one reason why I say that people should either abstain from voting or vote Trump, especially our people this year, because this is a major problem, a major challenge,
okay, so brother Charles X. So let me
our show, brother.
Brother Charles X, let me offer you the flip side of that. So first of all, he's right about the human trafficking. You got to think about this. These coyotes, these people that bring these people across, they're going through illegal channels to get over here. So what will happen is that these people find them ways to network to people where they'll end up putting these females into bordellos or on the street or whatever. So human trafficking is real, and don't think for a second that is a component of what's going on with human beings being brought over from through the border situation. But I need to clarify something. When you talk about the Democrats versus the border and stuff like that, they may have had a lot of complaints about the wall, because their argument that the wall is not the best technology, that there was a series of things that were superior technology to that. So it's not like they never believed in not securing the border. And as far as Trump doing an executive order about the wall or something like that, again, that's one thing as opposed to closing the borders. He actually tried to do that and he couldn't do it because there are limitations of what you can do. So you do need Congress support. So I'm just saying that it's not like a situation where the Democrats have just been like, okay, hey, we don't care. We don't want anybody can come up in here. That's not one of the arguments that they have been arguing. And I stress they, because I'm not one of them, but I'm going to be honest and at least relay the argument that they were making, is that they're saying that, look, people are asylum, that type of dynamic, that's been a part of Americans' history for a while. So the people that can rightfully go through those channels should have this option. They should probably be vetted and whatnot. But they're realizing that the numbers are just overtaking them. They just do not have a competent way of trying to do that. So that's why now even the Democrats are like, look, we need to do something about this border type situation too. And the Republicans, or particularly, your buddy Trump, is saying that, look, don't give them a win. Don't give them, I know you're working on this bipartisan thing. We want it to crash and burn. Don't give him a political talking point. And what I'm saying is this: Trump shouldn't be concerned about that, especially if he's leading in the national polls. What he should be saying is like, look, now they're coming around to what we've been saying. We'll take this little thing, and when I become president, we'll make it even better. That would be the better tack. But, he's making it about him because, again, it's about him.
Yeah, but so let me tune in right there. Is what's happening is not that he's worried about giving the Democrats a win. They already lost when it comes to the issue. You know what I mean? So that's not going to be a win for them at all. The problem is, like always, when you're dealing with politicians, but in particular on the Democrat side, whenever a bill is being introduced, they always put what we call pork inside of it. You know what I mean? As a Muslim, I don't mess with pork. You know what I'm saying? But the pork, that we're talking about in this situation is extra monies to go to support Ukraine in securing their border. And that's what a lot of Republicans are not on the side of, in particular now, because everyone knows Ukraine is a lost issue. Since America has been supporting Ukraine, Russia has become stronger. Over 500,000, some estimates say 600,000 men and women have lost their lives there in Ukraine fighting this war in the first place. So the Republicans are saying that, look, no, the Democrats are not doing this right. They're not focused on the actual real issue at hand. And we will be. You know what I mean? So that's where that is right there.
Hey, but we don't want to dive too deep in this, but you understand it's a bipartisan bill. So they have support on the Republican and the Democratic side.
Can y'all say this shit for Sunday school?
Exactly. So let's go on.
Wait. I want to say this.
Next topic.
Wait, brother Charles X. We recently friend each other on Facebook. My brother has a family, children, and stuff. Where do you have time to get all this information, my brother?
Hey, he's gonna tell us about it on the Sunday. Tune in for the Sunday school, the Saturday version, a preview of the Sunday show that's gonna be coming up at 10:30. But let's go on to the next topic. The next topic is this is Jesus Take the World moment, brother Floyd X. Well, we can discuss it. Hey, Walk. Since you're here, you want to talk about the person smashing your side piece? Or you want to be talking about?
We can go with that.
Let's go with that.
What's that topic?
So First Lady J sent us a meme. See how I just threw you in there?
Yes.
And it was a situation where I believe they said if a person if your homeboy smashes your side chick, is that disloyal? And I would argue I would ask the question, is it disloyal of the female or as the disloyal of the male. But she wasn't here for the meeting. But we had such a contentious a debate about it. We thought, hey, let's make it a topic. So, Walk, I'm gonna give you the floor. Go ahead, speak on it,
I'm
brother.
I'm totally not with it. I have issue with that. I don't care if I'm married, whatever. You mess with my side chick, you disrespected me, my brother. You feel me? I'm not with that at all. Get your own side piece, my nigga. Like, I'm not with it. I had a situation sorta where it could have potentially had happened. Went to this club, brought my friend with me, and the owner of the club was my side piece. And she was like, but she had to get his number to put him on the list. And then he called her. And then I'm thinking like, well, if I ever hear they smash, we gotta line it up, my brother. You freaking shitting where I shit, bro. No, it ain't cool. Not with it at all. But nothing ever happened. So me and my friend, we still friends. Yeah, I got issue with it.
Yeah. So, I'm a quote the Dog Pound, and I believe the lyrics are something to the effect, "It ain't no fun unless my homie has some." So I'm just saying that that's not a reflection of the way that I think, because obviously I don't believe in side pieces. What I'm saying is that there's obviously a contingent of
Wifey
people
right by the
that
door
feel
like, what?
there's a contingency of people that feel like, look, the side piece is community property, so that's why she's the side piece. Your main is the thing that you have your hooks into, but this other thing is it's like whatever. So, and I'm thinking if that person really doesn't mean too much to you, it probably shouldn't matter too much to you. But I
But
mean,
they
if
do.
if
They
yeah,
do mean
if
something to you.
hmm,
Like, I feel like if you giving your time to a person, it does. I mean, it sounds warped and disturbing, but this is really the logic on it. And this is how I really looked at it at the time when I did have a sidekick. I'm not gonna say the year. I never disclosed what year. I think I was like maybe like 2 years old. I think it was like 1980 or something. I don't give years because people might be watching. So anyway, but what I'm saying is, goddamn little kids. What I'm saying is, it's really you're treading in my water, and it's not cool. There's enough people out here because that's why I never disrespect none of my homies with their chicks, even if they're beautiful, gorgeous, or whatever like that. I don't never cross that line. Now there's some people that do, and then that's when you got to line up for that face. You know what I'm saying? I need that. I need that, homie. And we'll get to her later. We'll get to the chick later. Ain't got nothing to do with her.
if every dude has a harem of females, it ain't enough. But I'm gonna ask you this question, First Lady. I know because obviously what I'm gonna ask you this: Do you think that the side piece is disloyal
I
in
think
this
both
scenario?
parties are disloyal. The side piece and the friend, they're both disloyal if they do it. People may look at like the side piece don't have no loyalty to the person they're with because they're married, but no, if you put yourself in that situation and you're with somebody, I mean, your loyalty, it goes both ways. So the side piece is wrong as well as the friend is wrong. So that's my take on it.
Sound like you on the fence right there, young lady.
Not on the
Get off
fence.
the
He's
fence
very
and pick a
clear.
side.
Both.
That was disrespectful. Somebody horned that. It wasn't me.
Both parties are wrong. The
Yeah.
female is wrong and the friend is wrong. For one, you're not a friend. I don't care if your homeboy, whomever you want to call it, has a female. Evidently, especially if they're tight, if he has some type of liking or taking a care about this female, and I'm sure you know about it. So once again, go get your own piece of chicken to eat on, and stop eating out of his bucket. You got
Sound like you kind of agreeing with me there. Okay, okay.
no, I'm
You
as
chose
far as
side, yeah.
so
High five.
well, I can agree that it's wrong for
Wait,
the
wait, this one.
female. The guy needs to do his thing, but the female also needs to set her boundaries because if she steps out, she's just making herself not even look like wifey material anyway. So
This what I say. Keep what the question is. Like, really, this gonna sound stupid. Ain't got nothing to do with her. It's between me and my nigga. She ain't got nothing to do with this situation.
that's on when you
You
going
cross the
at it with
line,
your
buddy.
little boy, you crossing out because you feel like your loyalty is with him and you expecting his loyalty to be with you. So that's why you're like putting the female on the back burner. But if you ask me, like Mr. Nice Guy asked me, there's disloyalty on both ends. Now, how the person, the guy takes it, if he's gonna approach the female in the homie, or he's gonna come at the homie, more than likely, I'm not a male. I would assume that the guy would approach his homeboy first. Like you were there before she was, someone. So how can you do this
She ain't got nothing to do with this.
with you?
Yeah.
Both are
She
disloyal.
ain't
So
got
that's
nothing to
my
do with
answer
it.
to your question, Mr. Nice Guy. Any more questions before I take the hammer and hit him on the head?
My next question is, as Brother Charles X, is this subject beneath? Do you have something to say about this?
You know he do. You know he do.
I will put myself on a high pedestal, but I will say this is that if I put my pen pap on, it's real simple, and that is that
You can't get away with saying that without getting the horn. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to agree with what Mr. Nice said. Is that there's a few verses that come to mind. That the dog pound. One definitely is. Brother Lynch out here from Sacramento. Say lose a hoe, gain a hoe. You know what I mean? But I mean straight up, like for me, if it's the issue that my homie it would be on that type of time. You know what I mean? And the female, I would look at it more as a test, to find out, what this woman is even on, if that's something that I'm not with, then great, I'll go ahead, move on. I'm not tripping, like you said, there's others, other candidates that exist out there in the world, so to me, it wouldn't ruin the friendship, at all. And I would just, look at my homie did me a favor, just to really, show me, what this side piece was really about.
That's a fantastic take. You got something to say about this, Mr. Floyd X?
I just that last part that Brother Charles said was powerful. My homie did me a favor. That was powerful. I agree with that part.
A favor if y'all in a committed relationship, so it shouldn't matter.
I mean, it's already a cesspool, you know what I mean? Just say that.
Man.
Really, Charles X? Wow. He put his pimp hat on for real.
I know, you was on fire. Hey, brother.
Damn.
That was funny. That was good.
You probably gonna be destroying me on Sunday school if you coming with it like that.
Man.
So, hey, I still real quickly, I do want to address the death by social media because they had a Senate hearing about dealing with the social media and how it's affecting children. So you're talking about Mark Zuckerberg, you're talking about Facebook, you're talking about Twitter, X. You're talking about Twitch, all the big Snapchat. A lot of they sent reps from these, various social media outlets, and and the Democrats and the Republicans were both sort of like reading them the riot act. And one thing that kind of struck me funny is to hear some of the people argue about how this social media was killing people, but some of these people that were making this argument are still the people that basically say guns don't kill people, people kill people. And I'm saying that this is a situation where hold on a second. This is where that it's not that social media is killing these people. What the problem is that social media is playing its part, and I definitely believe in putting on whatever constraints or whatever you can do to make social media better. I'm all for that. But you understand that when you're allowing these things to babysit your children, it's not surprising that you have this stuff going on. So you still need to be a parent. You can't just put it all on social media to do the right thing. You need to let your children know that just because you get words on your phone to say, hey, this is Prince Charming, that may not be. That may be a predator that's looking to set you up and do something terrible. If you're getting bullied at school, if you're getting jumped at school, your parents should be in the thick of this. Nothing should be tolerated that should be pushing some kid to suicide. Because I'm telling you right now, I read that article or seen that situation where that little girl got jumped. They were dogging her on social media. Then they jumped her. And then she ended up committing suicide like 2 days or a day later. I'm gonna tell you right now, none of those children and none of their families would be safe. Period. Walk. All right. So go ahead. Anybody else got something to say about this?
Hey, real quick, I want to talk on it real quick. I did some research and I was watching the hearing, and to me, I think they just trying to make the social media giants the scapegoat when they was like focusing on, look, the Democrats and the Republicans are united against this social media. I think they just looking for a scapegoat to demonstrate, avoiding the bigger questions, and it's a distraction as far as I'm concerned. I'm not as sure as of exactly what they're distracting from. Maybe those wars that's going on over there in the Middle East, but to me, it was just a distraction.
So you got something else? Anybody else got that? First lady, you got something else to say about this?
No, I
Hey,
don't have.
Mark, you got something to say about this?
I'm about to get this number.
All right, let's
Hey,
should've
wait,
done that.
I think the first lady, you got one more thing you want to say about it?
I was gonna give you an opportunity.